Okay, guys. Hold on, I'm a liar. Sorry, I had to close my window because it was so loud. I don't even know what's happening outside. Basically, like a pipe burst or something, and there was a ton of water, and they couldn't stop it, and it went on for like hours and hours and hours. And so now there's like a huge dirt mud patch, and I guess they're fixing it right now. But I had my window open because it's a nice day out. I had my window open because it's a nice day out, and I just did laundry, and I thrifted this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous vintage dress. And I literally got it from Goodwill, and it is so pretty. And so I hand washed it because it said to take it to the dry cleaners, but like I'm not gonna pay for dry cleaning. Sorry. So I was letting her hang in the windowsill. Here, I'll insert a picture of it for anyone who's watching, which is probably like nobody because this is lame. But I wanted to do this episode and come in here and okay, cool. I don't have a single thought in my brain. It really pisses me off when I'm filming these podcasts and I end up not being able to speak or think of a word, or just like my brain just completely shuts down. It really makes me really angry. So, last episode, I really talked about the negative effects of media, and I was saying media's bad, and media does this, and blah, blah, blah. There are also good parts of media, okay? And I'm going to talk about some of my favorite parts, and that is music and movies. And I'm not saying that in this idea that I'm a film buff. I'm not. I watch the same 5 movies on repeat, and the same 3 shows on repeat. I don't know what it is. I think there's a deeper psychological problem with it, in the sense that I need to know what's gonna happen because that gives me a sense of comfort. But also there's memories attached to each movie that I really love, and there's another like nostalgic aspect of it, and also it could be, chalked down to like a sense of control. I like to be able to control what I don't know. I took 2 psychology courses. I can't analyze myself, all right? And even if I was like certified, like a certified psychologist, aren't you not supposed to analyze yourself anyways because you're just like so biased? But also like nobody really knows you better than you know yourself. I don't know. I'm getting off track. Let's go to movies. Let's talk about some of my favorite movies. And there's definitely a ton that I'm not going to mention, but if I talk about all of my favorite movies, we're going to be here for 3 hours. And also, I hope you guys are appreciating this episode, because the podcast platform I use, the free version of it, you can only post up to like 2 hours of content. So I have to pay. To post more because I'm already at my 2-hour mark because I don't know how to shut the fuck up. Yeah, so, hey guys, go ahead and Venmo me. If you each Venmo me $1, I'll have like $3, so that'd be nice. Thanks. Anyways, if you know me, you know Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is my favorite movie of all time. I couldn't explain to you why, but when I saw it for the first time, I saw it in theaters with my dad, and so there's like that aspect of like, I have this connection of it. I connect it with my dad. Even though he's not like a huge Top Gun fan, I just connect that memory. But first time I saw it, it was in theaters, so it was a full immersion and surround sound and a huge screen. And it was just so good. It was so good. The movie makes me laugh, cry, sweat, get nervous, my pulse races. Like, I have visceral reactions, and some of the best movies that you're ever going to watch are going to give you genuine visceral reactions where you laugh, you cry. The Notebook. It's great. It always makes you cry. I know what's going to happen, but it makes you cry. And you can watch Top Gun Maverick without watching the first Top Gun. All you really need to know is Maverick and Goose were partners, and then Goose died, and Rooster is Goose's son. But you kind of get that all from the second movie, but people will get mad at me if I say that. So watch the first movie. Top Gun Maverick is great. There's just great character development in it. I think Hangman, the guy that Glenn Powell plays, he's like this real asshole and everybody hates him, and his whole reason his name is Hangman is because he leaves his wingman out to dry and la 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 la. And let's be honest, okay, anyways, sorry. And then in the end, he redeems himself. But I have seen Top Gun Maverick, I would say, minimum 40 times. I'm not even kidding. I could quote the entire movie to you guys. And sometimes I do that to my friends as a little bit when I'm bored. And they hate it, but I love it. Hold on. 80 hours of my life have gone into watching Top Gun Maverick. But you know what? It's fine. It's okay. It's totally fine. And you know what? This girl, Monica plays Phoenix. And I love Phoenix. I love Phoenix because she is one of the main female characters in the film. And she isn't there to just be a love interest. When did the first Top Gun come out? I think the first Top Gun came out in like the 90s. I was wrong. 86. It came out in 1986. So a lot of the movies that really came out then, I think a lot of the main lead women, and I can't say, like, I know there are movies, I know. But I'm just saying, a lot of the movies, a lot of the female characters were just there to be some kind of love interest or some kind of distraction or some kind of, like, you know, bubbly, la 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 la. And I love Top Gun Maverick because she is there and she gets picked to go on the mission and she doesn't die off, and you know, she isn't a part of any kind of romance plot. She's just there being a badass pilot. And I love that. And you know what I hate about Top Gun Maverick? Penny. I am a Penny hater because she was never mentioned in the first movie. She just showed up out of nowhere. She has a daughter. Apparently, Maverick knows the daughter and knows Penny and has all this history, and we've never heard about her. And then there's like the whole thing is like her daughter tells Maverick when he's sneaking out of the house, quote unquote, sneaking out of the house, but he gets caught. He's like, don't break your heart again. Girl, we didn't see the first heartbreak. Like, if you're gonna add romance, I need the whole plot. You can't just throw it in there to have a sex scene, you know? You've got to expand on it. You've got to expand on it. Do you guys want me to quote the movie for you? I'll do it right now. So, it's an opening scene. We see a bunch of planes taking off. Guess what's playing? Danger Zone. Of course. Revving up the engine. You know you're the mastermind. I'll stop. God, the Top Gun soundtrack is so good, though. Take my breath away, dude! Take my breath away! Sorry. Next. Another one of my favorite movies, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And arguably, this is just like Marvel movies in general, especially the first Avengers movie. And Iron Man, I have such a connection to Iron Man. And another thing, it's a thing of nostalgia. I love it. The Iron Man 2, where we see Black Widow. Wait. Because she looked great in that movie. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how great Scarlett Johansson's hair was? I think it was a wig. Wow. Okay. Images. Yes, dude! This scene where she fucking solos, takes all those guards out. Ooh. I love Natasha Romanoff. Her death really hit me hard. It really hit me hard because I wasn't like a huge Marvel fan when I was a kid, but I did like the movies, and she was one of the main female superheroes that I had. And I also love Maria Hill. Yeah, that's great. I love her. What else? What was I saying about that? Oh, also, Captain America: The Winter Soldier has Chris Evans, who's married now. He's fucking married. That's crazy. Granted, he's like 42. That's really not that crazy when you think about it. But it's crazy. The news broke. Oh my God. I had to call people. I think Riley sent me a Twitter update about it, and I literally fell to my knees, and I started sobbing and crying. Because how could he cheat on me like that? How could my husband... We have been together for 40 years. How could he do that to me? You know? Can't trust anyone these days. And it also has Sebastian Stan. And it also has Bucky. Bucky with long hair. You know what I love? Love. And I honestly... Hey, I'm a fake Marvel stan. I know nothing about the comics. Okay, that's a lie. I know a little bit about the comics. But, they say it a lot in fan fictions. They say it a lot in fan fictions. It's a big scene is when Bucky has long hair and then he cuts it. And then the main character's like, oh my God, you cut your hair. And he's like, yeah, it reminded me of what Hydra did to me, and like I like keeping my hair short because it's a choice. And it's like a huge thing. I don't know if that's like genuine, if that's like canon in the comics, or if that's just something that we as a fan base, as a fan fiction fan base made up. I have no idea. But I love that. It's so much fun. And Bucky with long hair is really so baby girl. Like, have you ever met like more of a 106-year-old baby girl ever? Oh my God, the scene where he's being wiped. Not wiped. Oh, it sounds like they're wiping his ass. Sorry, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, they like fucking scramble his brain and they put him in this machine where they just like completely wipe his mind so he can be this like killing machine. And that's the whole thing of like what the Winter Soldier is. But that scene is great. Look at him. I just want to, I want to take a bite out of him. Not in like a cannibalistic way, but like do you know what I mean? Oh my God. When he's breathing in that chair. Yeah, dude, I just want to put bows in his hair. I want to put clips in his hair. I want to braid his hair. Why do we have the same haircut? Wait. Wait. This isn't funny anymore. Stop. Oh, when he says, but I knew him. Oh, kill yourself, dude. Oh, wait, I'm sad. I just want to give Bucky a hug. Like, yeah, he's hot. Yeah, Sebastian Stan is so sexy, but I just want to give him a hug. Not Sebastian Stan. I mean, I would give Sebastian Stan a hug, but I just want to give Bucky a hug. I'm gonna freak out. Look at him. He's so cute. Let's skip to the good part. When he puts that mouth guard in, girl, I'm drooling. There's drool dripping down my chin right now. I'm salivating. I'm the dog. Okay, this is the bell, and Marvel is Pavlov. Okay, you put a picture of Sebastian Stan and or Bucky in front of me. Oh, girl, I'm salivating. The mouth guard and the mouth guard and the mouth guard. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, look at that breathing. Oh. Sorry. I'll stop. I'm sorry. That was great. That is cinema. You know what else is fucking cinema? In Captain America Civil War, when Chris Evans is holding that helicopter. Ooh. Chris Evans helicopter. Let's take a look. Let's take a gander. Okay, cool. So I really love when my Wi-Fi doesn't work. Paying thousands of dollars of tuition and the school Wi-Fi doesn't work. That's epic. That is really epic and awesome. Thanks, guys. It's really awesome when it happens when I'm trying to do my homework. Oh my God, like you are a fucking $1 million school. Like you can afford. Yep. And then he switches it to underhand. Even Bucky and he switches it to underhand. Oh. I need to be gagged. I need to be muzzled. I need a muzzle put on me. You know the clip in Zootopia where oh, that's a really sad clip. Oh, I love Zootopia. That's going on the list. Okay. Back to okay. I love Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's really good. The cast is hot. Sorry, the cast is hot. From Black Widow's Bob. Oh, girl. It's just so good. It's one of the best Marvel movies ever created. And I just love Marvel. I will go into it. Actually. People are shitting on this new, like, phase of Marvel. And they're like, Marvel's not the same as it was, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, you've got to think of where we started and where it is. Like, if it produced the same exact content over and over and over, people would start hating it even more. Like, you're going to get bored of it. Recently, The Marvels has come out. And I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. And everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be bad. And I don't know if that's like internalized misogyny or not, because when Brie Larson played Captain Marvel and everyone everyone actually shit on Brie Larson, and they were like, you die. Stop. Take a step back. Because if you actually have a problem with it, and they're like, oh, we don't have a problem with her, but it's like, Captain Marvel doesn't deserve a solo film before Black Widow does. And I agree. But why are you taking it on Brie Larson? She doesn't control that. She got hired. This is her fucking job. If you have a problem with it, take it up with Marvel. Like, fuck. But yeah, I don't think Marvel is the same as it was. And there's something so special about those first movies and the early movies that they created that you really just can't emulate. And I think that, but that's really important though. Like, that's why those movies are so well liked and loved, is because there's nothing out there like them. Next, I love WALL-E. WALL-E is just so cute. And I used to watch it all the time with my cousins. And so that one has a nostalgic moment to it. And I also love, on the same lines sort of, Ferngully and the Lorax, because these are like kids movies, or like movies catered to kids that really show the importance of the environment and environmental impacts. And I think it's a really important thing to do. And I'm not saying every single movie needs to have like an underlying theme, but I think especially kids movies, it's really important to have those ideas. Don't send subliminal messages to kids. That's not great. But like WALL-E, Ferngully, the Lorax, like obviously also a lot of people I've talked to never know what I'm talking about when I say Ferngully. How many of you have seen? It's so good. It's so good. Batty is played by Robin Williams. I just recently watched it with Sophia, and it's just, it unlocked a core memory of mine, because I used to watch it a lot as a kid because we had it on VHS tape. And so I would like watch, I think that's another part of why I watch the same movies over and over, is because that's what I did as a kid, is we had these, it wasn't the age of streaming. So I had my DVDs and I had my VHS tapes, and then I would just watch those movies over and over and over, and it was great. Yeah, so those movies are just cute and they're nostalgic. I guess the Lorax isn't really that nostalgic because it's newer, but WALL-E and Ferngully really hit home. And then Grease. Oh, bitch. Ooh, I love Grease. I love Grease. So good. So good. The music, oh my God, I've got chills and they're multiplying. And I'm losing control because the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. I love Grease, girl. Oh my God, it's so good. And again, nostalgia. I watched it with my parents. On this same kind of idea of musicals, I love La La Land and I love The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman is so good, and I think it was so well made, and the production value of it is just really great. Even though P.T. Barnum sucks. P.T. Barnum was not a good man, and the movie really made him seem like one, but he really wasn't. So don't let that blind you. But La La Land, so good. Love Emma Stone, love Ryan Gosling. They killed it. La La Land is really good. A lot of people are pissed off about the ending, and I have mixed feelings about the ending. I don't know, and I think it's a really interesting topic when you want to talk about whether or not La La Land is a tragedy, because technically they did fulfill their goals in a way, so is it really that tragic? But also, if you look at it in the sense of a love story, then I guess it could be a tragedy. I don't know. I think that's a really interesting, I can't say debate, because no one really, heatedly debates that, but discussion. I just love musicals. I love musicals. I mean, a lot of kids' movies, there's so many songs in it, and I think that's where my love for musicals come from, and it's like a sense, again, of nostalgia. I want to be a kid again. La 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 la. We get it. I love musicals. I've had a Hamilton phase. I'll admit it. I'm strong enough to admit that. And you know what? Hamilton eats. Hamilton is so good. Non-stop. Stop. Wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can control. I am it in the ball. I am an original. Oh my God. I'm going to eat up a musical every single time. I'm sorry. The musical episode in Grey's Anatomy, dude. Let's watch that. Sara Ramirez, I think she was on Broadway before she did Grey's. Don't quote me on that. I don't know everything. Ready?
I climbed across the mountain tops, so I'm all across the ocean blue. I crossed all the lines and I broke all the rules, but baby,
It's just so good. And the ending always makes me laugh. When she's like shaking the fuck out of the hospital bed. Hold on. Oh, here it is. She's gonna bust it.
all of these lines across my legs.
I love. Speaking of musicals, let's move on to music. I talked about movies for way longer than I thought I was going to. And I could honestly talk about them for much longer, but we'll cap it off there. I love music. I think music is so beautiful because it is so connective. Like, generationally, you can bond with someone over music, and just like culturally, you can bond with people over music, and it crosses these barriers, and it's just great. Music is just like such a universal language, even if the song is in another language. Do you know what I mean? Like music just connects. And even if a song is like in Italian or in Spanish, like I can listen to it and I can enjoy it. And I'm not fluent in those languages, but music is just it's just an audible, it's just, it's so fun. One of my favorite bands, it's Måneskin, and they are an Italian rock band, right? And when I tell people that, they're like, oh, do you speak Italian? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, well, why do you listen to them then? It's just an entire experience, and it really like pulls you in. And I just love the idea of music. And I love the idea that these artists create these songs for them, and also sometimes for their audiences, but they create these songs and they're so open to interpretation because music means different things to different people. I can interpret what's a good example. Like Olivia Rodrigo came out with Guts, right? And then Lacey came out and everyone was like, oh, it's about this person, it's about this person, it's about this person, it's about this person. It's so obvious. Look at the lyrics. And people have asked her about it in interviews, and she's like, I'm not going to explain this to you guys. Like, I wrote the song for me, and now it's out there for everyone else. And I love that idea that it's open to interpretation. But sometimes, songs do have like a really intense message, and it's really hard to kind of diverge from that. Like, watermelon sugar? What the fuck else would watermelon sugar be about? Huh? What else would it be about? Slut! He's a slut! He's a whore! That man is a whore. He needs to be locked away. He needs to be muzzled. When he's stroking that watermelon... Hold on. Hold on. And wait. You know what was a life-changing? That Grammys performance. When he came out in the full leather with no shirt on. Stop. With a green boa. Stop. And it started the boa era. Oh my god, stop. Even though that was like really... This video is dedicated to touching. That will always get me. Let's skip. I need a second. Get the mask. Get the O2 mask. Okay. I'm feeling better. Guys, that's crazy. You want to wake me up? You put this video on. Girl. Woo! Next. Next. Technology is confusing. I'm just an old man. Look at my grandpa sweater. Look at it. It's so cute, though. There's a goose. Okay. What was I talking about? Why am I looking up? What's going on? Music. We're talking about music. What? I don't know how we got here. Music. I love music. And oh my god, let's go back to Måneskin. I don't speak Italian. I am taking Italian though. So for my major I need 4 semesters of a language, and so I decided on Italian because, well, I tried to take Spanish because I had taken Spanish in high school, but then I had like a 3-year break. But I was like, oh, I can get back in it. It's fine. No, the level that I tested into, girl, I was not going to be successful. The first week went by, and then I talked to the professor, and I was like, hey, this is my story, blah, blah, blah. Do you genuinely think I can be successful in this class? And they pulled out some bullshit response, and it was like, if you really apply yourself and do all the extra work, and I'm like, no, girl, that's not for me. So we're starting at square one with Italian, and I think it's because Italian is similar to Spanish, so I thought like, hey, this would be more manageable than just like trying something totally different, like German or something. So yeah, I'm taking Italian, and I also, another influence of that was because I love Måneskin, and I just love them so much. They are so cool. I think it was the New York Times. They wrote this article on them, and they said, is Måneskin the last rock and roll band to exist? Like, is rock and roll dying? And they got a lot of hate for that. And that's, again, another thing where like people hate on the artist or the person, and it's something that's out of their control. Like, they did not write that. article? Why are you hating on them? They didn't write that article. And they even went on interviews, and interviewers would ask them, like, how do you feel about that? And they were like, we honestly don't like the article. Like, we don't think we're the last rock band. We don't think we are saving rock and roll. We are just doing what we want to do because we love it, and we are a family, and we're a band, and like we're just doing what we're passionate about. And I'm like, I don't understand why they got hate for that, but whatever. Yeah, so they're a big reason of why I wanted to learn the language. I also think it's a very beautiful language. They're a very humble group, and they aren't like Nepo babies. Like, they really started from scratch. They would play in the streets, and like, I love watching their old videos. It's just crazy how big they've become, and it's really weird for me to say, like, oh, I'm so proud of them, because, like, I'm not their mother. I'm not their friend. They don't know I exist. But, like, I don't know. I kind of have a sense of pride, which is such a, like, wee-woo, parasocial relationship, wee-woo. I know, dude, but I'm happy for them. Putting myself in their shoes, and I would never be in their shoes because I'm not a singer or anything like that, but, like, starting from where they started, just like in their garage, and they found Ethan on Facebook. Like, they were looking for a drummer, and they put out like a Facebook ad. Like, thinking about, like, if that was me and where I started, and now I'm selling out arenas and stadiums and playing these like huge venues that I've always dreamt of playing, like I would be proud of myself, and I am proud of them. It sounds weird, but I am, and I'm sorry that it's weird. I'm sorry. And I know I talked about, like, how beautiful it is that everyone can kind of apply, like, music and songs to their own life. I love that, but back to, like, Olivia Rodrigo, I hate when interviewers are, like, poking and prodding and fishing for an answer. They're like, what is this really about? Who is this about? Who did you date? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. The music is beautiful, the music is good, the music is fun. Just let us have fun. I think music is a very vulnerable thing to make and create and produce and work on a project for so long, and then just give it to the public and give it to all these strangers for anyone to critique and harp on. And even if people cover it, like, if I was a music artist and Kelly Clarkson covered my song, oh, I'm falling off the face of the earth. I'm quitting my career, because every cover she does is so good. She is one of the greatest vocalists of our time, and I think so is Lady Gaga, and so is Pink. And I think those artists obviously are not underrated whatsoever. Those are, like, our icons, but, like, they are just so good, and I don't think they're recognized enough for their genuine voices. I think they're recognized a lot for, like, their brand and who they are. Like, oh, Lady Gaga, meat dress. Oh, Pink, flying in the air in stadiums. Like, I'm gonna go back to the negative effects of the media and how things get amplified so quickly. Let's talk about Billie Eilish. This is another artist where, like, wee-woo, parasocial relationship. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of Billie Eilish. From where she started to where she is now. It's crazy. She is huge. I say the name Billie Eilish, and almost everybody knows who I'm talking about. Even my dad knows Billie Eilish. My dad is a Billie Eilish fan. I just love her so much, and I think she is so talented, and I think she's I can't speak on her actual character, but she seems like a genuine person. But again, I don't know her. I can't like blindly praise these celebrities that I know nothing about. I understand that. So I'm trying not to do that, but it's also really hard because these are people that I do idolize and I do look up to them. But I know everybody's human. Everybody has faults. Everybody has flaws. I know that. I know. So Billie Eilish, I think it was in 2020, she won 6 Grammys. And it was for, like, record, album, song of the year, best new artist, best pop, something. But she won 6 Grammys, right? And people fucking ripped her to shreds. People tore her down. They did not want to see her be successful. And they're like, oh, well, this person should have won it, and this person should have won it. And the same thing happened to, like, Harry Styles when he won Album of the Year. He got so much fucking hate and so much fucking backlash. And it's like, these artists do not control who wins. You have a problem with it, take it up with the Academy. Shit on the Academy. I don't know why we're shitting on Harry Styles or why we're shitting on Billie Eilish. And again, wait, let's take a side plot here. Take a detour, a fork in the road, if you will. We're going to take the right lane instead of the left. Harry Styles' speech at the Grammys, when he said, this does not happen to people like me, he shouldn't have said that. I'm not going to, like, make excuses for him like a lot of the fans did. I'm a huge Harry Styles fan. I have tattoos for his songs. Like, but I understand. I'm not going to like blindly follow him because I understand that he said that and he should not have said that because he is a white man in the industry. He's a white man and he's pretty wealthy, and a lot of people were saying, oh, he had said it because he grew up fairly poor, you know, he didn't grow up with like a big fortune, he's not a nepo baby, blah blah blah. He started on, like, he was just a kid on X Factor. I get that, I know the origin story, I understand, and I don't think he meant it with any malice, of course, but like, when you have such a huge platform, you need to be aware of what you're saying. And people kind of like infantilize him and they're like, oh, he's just a baby, like he doesn't know what he's saying. Like, no, he does. He's turning 30 in February. I don't know why I know that. I don't know that actually. But he's turning 30, okay? He's 29 right now. And at the time he won the Grammy, I think he was 29 when he won the Grammy. He knew better. And he shouldn't have said that. And I can, as a fan, I can critique that. And I think it's really harmful when people sort of make excuses for the people they idolize and to think that they can do no wrong. No, they can. Because again, we're humans and we make mistakes. Mistakes are bound to happen, but you know, you never really learn until you make those mistakes. I get that. So moving on from that, let's go back to the left path. Why were people hating on Billie Eilish? Because she was also so young when that happened to her. And like, even as a young artist, like as a young female artist that she was when she was first starting out, people were like, she just whispers. Oh, she's just a crybaby. Oh, she's so emo and she has all these emotions. Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm sick of the hate that my favorite artists get because like I take it very personally. Again, parasocial, shut up. But I take it personally because like these people really impacted my lives in such a positive way, and I listen to their music on the daily, monthly, yearly. You know, I'm a very dedicated fan, I think, and you know that could be seen as a a character flaw in me, but I just love them. And when people shit on them, I kind of take it personally because like so much of my personality is loving them, which is a horrible thing. I know that. It's okay. It's fine. There are worse things I could be obsessed with, I think. But yeah, when people were like, oh, Billie Eilish sucks, or Harry Styles sucks, I take it really personal. Because then it makes me question my hobbies and my activities and the things I enjoy, which is sick. It's sick. I'm not going to like the same person someone else is, and they might not like what I like, but we can respect each other. Like, there's a sense of mutual respect here. Like, I don't like metal. I don't like listening to metal, but like, I can respect people that listen to it. I'm not going to be like, oh, metal sucks. Oh, metal sucks. Metal fans are stupid. I'm not going to fucking say that because just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean that it's bad. It's not weird. It's just different. It's just different to what I know. And that doesn't make it odd or strange or stupid. And I hate when people think like that. Like, people are different and unique. Shut up. Let me like what I like. Anyways, back to Billie. So let's talk about Phineas. Phineas is her brother, and he is so talented, and I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does. He is Billie Eilish's producer, and he helps write a lot of her songs. I don't know if it's every single one of them. I don't know. I can't put a say on that. But I love Phineas's music. I think a lot of people don't really listen to his music, but they know of him because of Billie, and that's how I found out about him, through Billie Eilish. But I saw him when he went on tour for the Optimist album, and fucking great album. I love that album. I love Phineas. Blood Harmony was a huge part of my life that sounds stupid, in like my early years of high school, and I have nostalgia with that album, and whenever I listen to it, I'm kind of transported back to that time. And I discovered that album in the fall time. Whenever I listen to it, it's like a very fall moment, or whenever the leaves start changing colors, I'm like, oh, time to pull her out. Time to pull Blood Harmony out. Hey, girl. Hey, queen. Welcome back. He's just so talented. And I saw him in concert. I think it's probably top 3, one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. It was just so beautiful, and I loved it, and it was in a small venue, so it was very intimate, and I just love Phineas. I think he's such a talented person, and he has the thing, you know, the thing that makes like a good artist. I don't know what it is. Like, there's something special about the way his mind works, that he can write, produce, play these instruments. Like, I don't know. I think he's underrated. I think he needs to be known more to be known for more than just being Billie Eilish's brother. But I know he has said in interviews before, he's like, I love being known like that. Like, I'm so proud of my sister. I love my sister. And, like, their relationship is so cute. They're besties. Honestly, hot take, Phineas needs to be known for his role on Glee. No one talks about that. No one talks about that. Phineas O'Connell, Glee. It's so funny. It's so hilarious, girl. I think if I ever met him, if I was ever walking in the street and I met Phineas, which I never would, like, why would that ever happen? Where would I be? Where would he be? Why would he be in the buttfuck of Indiana? Anyways, if I ever met him, I'd be like, oh my God, you're that. And he'd be like, yeah, I'm Billie Eilish's brother. You're that guy from Glee. That's what I would say to him. I just talked about the negativity of media. Let's sandwich it back again with the beauty of media. I love how everything is so accessible. And with like YouTube and all of the social platforms we have, it's really easy for new artists to kind of break out and get these like really popular songs out there. And I think it's really beautiful that you don't need to have money to make it in the industry, but again, having money really helps you get farther than some people that don't. And I don't know, it's kind of like a twisted turn on that one. Finding new music is just so fun for me. Like when I put on shuffle, or I like a song, and then I put on like a radio station that's like similar to songs, so then I get new songs suggested to me. It's so much fun. It's like better than drugs, dude. I've never done drugs, but like this is what finding a good new artist, I think, is similar to doing coke. My pupils get blown out, my heart starts racing, like it's epic. It's like a high, and I love it. And music has so much power. Like it can completely transform a movie or a TV show, like a scene. You know, it can cause the hair on the back of your neck to rise. It can cause sweat to form in your pits. It can make other things wet too. Sorry, I did not say that. I did not. We're cutting that one out. Music, in the same way that TV shows and movies they can pull visceral reactions from you. I have listened to so many songs and they bring me to tears because they're so beautiful, or they touch on topics that are so close to me in the way I interpret them, like Matilda by Harry Styles. I know. Mama, she likes Harry Styles. Mama, shut the fuck up, dude. I think Matilda is such a beautiful song. And in the way that I interpret it to my own life, in the way that I can connect my own life experiences to Matilda, it really makes me emotional and it makes me cry. And I love songs that can like rip that out of you. So much information can be delivered. And what song is it? Oh my God. It's like a really popular song and people think there's like a subliminal message in it. It's like they think it's like a prayer to Satan. What is it? I think it's a Led Zeppelin song. Stairway to Heaven. People think that, like, when you play it in reverse, it says, like, Hail Satan. People are so fucking stupid, dude. Someone definitely, like, put it on reverse, and they were like, guys, I found something! I've got proof, I've got it! Hey, calm down, dude. The human mind is so crazy to me in the sense that, like, it finds patterns, and it creates these patterns where patterns don't exist, because that's how we can make sense of our surroundings. And so we kind of just hear what we want to hear. Speaking of like information delivered by music, I love songs that have sort of like a political charge behind them, I guess I could say. I don't know if that's the right term, but like songs that talk about heavy topics. I'll just list a couple. Where the Poison is a song by Phineas, and it's sort of critiquing the president and these systems of power that we have in our government. And then another song, Kids Are All Dying by Phineas. That's one of my favorite Phineas songs, and it's on the Optimist album. And the lyrics are just like, how can these celebrities, you know, kind of go about their lives and act like everything is normal. The hook is like when the kids are all dying, you know, and like we need gun reform. It's so hard to be living in America this day and age, which again, double-edged sword. Like it's great to live in America because of diversity and opportunity and all this stuff. And it's like, it's a much deeper topic to get into that I'm not gonna do in this podcast episode because I'll go on for another like hour. But like, it's really, I'll say from my point of view and from my experiences, it's really scary to go to school and go to high school and go to college in a time where school shootings are so heavily prevalent. And there was one time where my high school had been, there was a threat of a school shooting, and I went to school on that day, and it was really hard having that in the back of my mind. That entire day I was anxious, and I at one point I had to step out of the classroom and I cried in the bathroom because I was just so nervous that like this was going to be my last day on earth. Like I walked in to my school and I was like prepared. I was like this could be it. Like these could be the last people I see. And like that is just a horrible feeling to have. And it's especially scary when you're like in grade school. Like I was in grade school and I was not like daydreaming in the sense of like it's positive. Like I wasn't like, ooh, school shooting, but I was like worst case scenario, thinking it out. Like, what if a shooter came into this classroom? Like, what do I do? Like, my class is silent. Where do I hide? I'm thinking of places to hide, and I'm like in the third grade thinking that, and that's horrible. And it's got to be so scary to be a parent sending your kid off to public school, and like, you know, there are benefits of public school in the sense that like they get socialized and all, they make friends and all this stuff. And I'm not saying homeschooling there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with public school, but it just got to be scary from a parent's perspective. Just like, hey, go, you know? But also, again, that's just, I've talked about that before. It's scary being a parent, letting your child just go off into this world because you know what's in the world. Some like, I guess it's not really that old, but I'll say like some quote unquote older songs. If I Can Dream by Elvis. He didn't actually write it though. Walter Earl Brown, I think, wrote it. But Elvis was singing it instead of I'll Be Home for Christmas. And that him doing that was a really powerful statement that he made with the audience that he knew he had, and with the publicity he knew he had, and the power that he knew he had. I think that was a really great thing. Elvis wasn't a great guy, I know that, but he ate with that one. Sorry. Are you guys sick of me yibber jabbing about music? Sorry. I'm gonna keep going though. Billie Eilish, she wrote TV, and in one of the episodes, oh my god, shut up! In one of the lines, she says, the internet's gone wild watching movie stars on trial while they're overturning Roe v. Wade. And that was when the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard thing was happening, and everyone was making it their own personal business, and everyone was taking sides, and that's when that was happening. But at the same time, the overturnment of Roe v. Wade was happening, and it was being debated, and everyone was kind of on edge about that. And I think people were using the Heard and the Heard Depp case sort of maybe as a distraction in a weird way, as like a celebrity distraction from what like the heavy topics going on. Even though like, oh my god, the case was heavy. I mean, like abuse cases are never taken lightly. I don't mean to say that. Sorry, that came out really wrong. But I think people were more comfortable with being nosy about celebrity culture than they were thinking about politics and the fact that women's rights were up in question once again. Finally, Kendrick fucking Lamar. I fucking love Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar so much. Holy shit. He is just so talented and so epic and so awesome, and I want to be his best friend, and I want to just have dinner with him. I want to just like have dinner with him and pick his brain because he's just like so amazing. I love Kendrick Lamar. And did I say finally? Because now that I'm talking about Kendrick, I'm thinking about Tupac, because Tupac wrote Keep Your Head Up, and I think like that's a great song, dude. Let's look at the lyrics. Are you ready? And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. I miss Tupac. I don't know why I laughed. Sorry, that was fucking weird. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar. Well, he wrote a lot, obviously. I think some of his most like politically charged songs are The Black and the Berry and All Right. And obviously he has more. I'm just touching on two of them, but it's just so cool when artists I like like when people use their platform for better, but especially music artists, because music is such like an easy thing to spread around and to put your messages in. I think it's just so beautiful. And God, I love Kendrick Lamar, dude. I think To Pimp a Butterfly is probably my favorite album, followed by Damn. I just think Kendrick Lamar is a genius, and I love him, and I love music. I could talk about my favorite artists and songs for hours and my favorite celebrities and movies for hours, but I won't. I'll stop. I'll stop here because I think this episode has been going on for a really long time, and I'm really sorry that it's super long. To sum it up, I love Top Gun Maverick. I think you should all watch Top Gun Maverick if you haven't. Again, in my opinion, you don't need to watch the first one. I love Sebastian Stan. I love Bucky Barnes. And I love music and I love movies. Well, I love my movies. I love my 5 movies that I watch on a loop. But it's okay. I think music and movies from different cultures is something that's really beautiful that can bring a bunch of people together. These forms of media just have the power to cross so many lines, like cultural lines and generational lines. And these medias are like easily accessible. And I think it's beautiful. I think this is a beautiful side of media as a whole. And yeah, I think I've said it before, but songwriters and music artists are so intelligent in a way that I will never be. And they capture feeling and emotion so well. And I love them all so much. Thank you so much for listening to me just talk about my favorite things. I enjoyed it. I hope you did. Bye.